Hello, my name is Egwuchika Tochukwu. I'm a 400 level student of Electronics and Computer Engineering, Nnamdi Azikiwe University, Oka. Our world today is filled with many problems, and digital technology avails us the tools to be able to solve these problems. The solution I designed is targeted at addressing the inefficiencies of emergency management in Nigeria and some other countries of the world, particularly road accidents and home robberies. These emergencies has led to lots of loss of lives and property. But this should not have been so if the information of these emergencies were sent to the Emergency Management Board immediately those emergencies happen. The solution I designed, which is the solution I am proposing, will revolutionize emergency management in Nigeria, and I call it the Smart Emergency Management System, or SMET for short. Let's take a journey to see what the SMET system is all about and also how it works from its pictorial diagrams.
SMET is a system that automatically and manually detects emergencies and sends the emergency location to the emergency management platform, which is also a SMET platform. Through the 6 component parts on the block diagram, SMET is able to make emergency response and management as swift as shown in the animation video. Now, here is a detailed description of how the SMET system works. When the SMET system is triggered through the triggers, either automatically by an accident through sensors or using the emergency push button, the signal is sent to the ESP32 microcontroller, which obtains the latitude and longitude values of the place where the emergency occurred from the NeoSysM GPS module. This information is sent to the backend, which was built with Django, which is a Python backend framework. And then the actual location through reverse geocoding is obtained from the Google Maps API. And this is stored in the database and in real time appears in the front end of the SMET platform.
The first thing I did was to set up the Django backend. So this is the model, and to also set up the URLs of the API that the microcontroller will be hitting, and that will also be received by the React front end. Okay, so this is the back end. This is the database where the emergencies are stored, and these are dummy emergencies, and I integrated it with the Google Maps API using this documentation here. Then next up, I had to build the React front end. So this is the React front end built in React. It basically fetches the current emergencies from the API I built, the Django API, and also renders the emergency component. So this is the React app, how it looks. So anytime an emergency occurs, it is actually shown here in real time. It pops up here in real time. You don't need to reload or anything of that nature. It shows up here in real time. So the next thing I did was to set up my ESP32, the code to hit this API through the localhost, and also obtain these values of the longitude and latitude, and also send a post request to my server to log the longitude and latitude values. Okay, so let's test as our system. We are going to be testing just the SMET homes, which is the one that is activated with a push button. So the moment I click on this button, it might take a second or two to reflect on the dashboard, but the moment I click on this, you see that it reflects on the dashboard. Emergency at 7467 plus MPQ if it a road, Oka 42016. Okay, happened 18 seconds. As you can see, the time is updating as well. The time I go that it happened is updating as well. So that's basically it, and this is exactly where I am at the moment. If it a road, Oka.
okay, at Ifiteoka, Anambra State. So if you see demonstrates the SMET wheels, would have to use this. It will work with basically the same logic. We have to use this and then put in our ultrasonic sensor here, and it will work exactly in the same way. We can simulate it with this setup here.
The solution I am proposing is a novel solution. It is indeed an idea that I innovated. It is novel because it is new, unusual, and original. New because it has not been used here in Nigeria or anywhere around the world from my research. It is unusual because it uses digital technology and IoT technology, that is Internet of Things, as opposed to human intervention. It is original because it was developed to solve the problem specifically in our local environment here in Nigeria and can also be adopted in other parts of the world.